Hello everyone, I'm LG65 and I'm going to continue the murder at Cafe Alps, but you're probably wondering, why are you here at Purgatory instead of being back near Papomar? That's because I did stuff off screen. I finished up a side mission which I accidentally activated off screen, and so our next stop we're going to see Kage the Floors, a.k.a. Sainohanaya. So, and it's obviously regarding the mystery at Cafe Alps place. I love the artificial sakura that's hanging near the pleasure palace there. So let's go see. I should ask Kage about the Alps murder. Yo. Hey Kazuma, I hear you're looking into that Cafe Alps murder. How'd you hear about that? Don't underestimate my information network. I know everything that goes on in this town. I guess you do. So do you know anything about the murder? I have police reports in my database. What do you want to know? Tell me about the murder weapons. The same type of ashtray was found all over the cafe, but there was one significant difference between those and the murder weapon. Oh yeah? What was that? The edge of the murder weapon ashtray was chipped. Do you know how that happened? The day of the murder, a customer knocked the ashtray off the table onto the floor, chipping it. Akechi noticed it while he was cleaning up at the closing time later and decided to bring it out into the dumpster to throw it away. That's when he passed by the locker room and saw his girlfriend cheating. So there's no doubt Akechi touched the murder weapon that day, huh? Nope. Now normally the ashtray would have been washed and all the fingerprints would have disappeared. But Akechi noticed that particular ashtray had been chipped, so instead of washing it, he decided to throw it out. And by that twist of fate, the prints of everybody who touched it that day were left on it. So all the fingerprints on the murder weapon were made on the day of the murder, huh? Tell me about the fingerprints on the ashtray. Oh, these are all the prints taken from the ashtray. The prints outlined in red match Akechi's. This is apparently the evidence that led directly to his arrest. What about the other fingerprints? Well, one thing's for sure. None of them matched the prints of any of the other employees at Cafe Alps at the time. They're thought to be from customers who visit the cafe that day. Probably 2 or 3 people. Then one of these sets of prints might be from the real murder. It's certainly possible. So the real murderer's prints could be on the ashtray, huh? You should be able to get more information from the people related to the case. If you haven't already talked to all of them yet, you better do that. Thanks. You've been a big help. I owe you. So, yeah. Let's head on out and finish up the investigation. So I'm actually gonna take the long distance walk to Cafe Alps because this is still in story mode. If I go near a taxi, Joji Fuma, who was the CIA agent, by the way, who looked to have shot Daigo and Nakahara over the resort deal or whatever it is in Okinawa. I should tell you now. I should have told you before that. If I'm gonna spoil the story for a bit. If you don't want to listen, then close your ears. But yeah, Joji Fuma, who was the CIA operative who thought to have shot Daigo and Nakahara over the resort deal, he's gonna call Kiryu's phone saying, "Yo, so I checked out the hotel. It looks to be safe, but I can't get in touch with members of my team or whatever. So, you know, be careful out there, okay?" Clearly referring to the hospital that Daigo is in. So I'm actually not going to take that route. Instead, straight hopping it down south towards Cafe Alps. So let's head on over. There was something on the other side I should have showed you before, but that's okay. I can't really complain right now. Yeah, I got a comment from a friendly viewer saying that where else can I buy guns? There's a weapons store across from B. Talk to the guy outside, then talk to the person in Beam, the DVD store, where you can buy DVDs for Kamiyama, the weapons making guys. And then, what's it called? And then go into the van, and it's open for business. Oh crap, random fights for the loss. You probably might be wondering, why'd you skip the random fight? I'm not counting it towards the time because it wasted, and you know, according to YouTube's time constraints. So I'm gonna go back to Cafe Alps and interview the last guy. Let me look at the notebook quickly, and this will be Kinoshita Masaru, who was the waiter at Cafe Alps at the time, and he cleaned with Akechi at the time of the murder, and he was the one who discovered Oda's body after witnessing Akechi fleeing the scene. Then he called the police. So I'm going to speak to him. You're Masaru Kinoshita, aren't you? That's right. Who are you? Kazuma Kiryu. I want to ask you about the murder that happened at this cafe 6 years ago. All that. Well, I don't know if I can tell you anything new, but go right ahead. Where were you and what were you doing when Oda was killed? I was here in the customer area cleaning up. I believe you can see me on the security camera tapes. I wasn't in the locker room when the murder took place. I see. They say you saw Yuichi Akechi fleeing the scene on the night of the crime. Tell me more about that. Oh yes, I saw him. That night, Akechi disappeared right into the middle of cleanup. I waited a while, and when he still didn't come back, I went to check on him. That's when I saw him leaving through the back door of the cafe. Are you sure it was Akechi? Well, I only saw his back, but I'm sure it was him. You didn't see his face? Then how can you be so sure it was Akechi? The man I saw leave through the back door was wearing our cafe's waiter's uniform. Aside from Oda, who was dead, there were only 3 other male employees working that night. Akechi, a guy named Asai, and me. You can see Asai spending the night closing the register on the security tapes. So the only person I could have seen would have been Akechi. I see. After that, I called the police and waited at the back door until they showed up. No one tried to enter or leave during that time. So Kinoshita didn't see the criminal's face. Did Oda have any enemies? No, I'm not sure. I didn't really talk to him much outside work. Got it. Were your prints on the murder? No, they weren't. I keep thinking if I had touched that ashtray that day, I would have been the one to get blamed. I'm sorry I couldn't be more of help. Thanks for your time. Are you a detective, Kiryu-san? Not exactly. Why do you ask? No reason. I was just wondering why anyone would be looking into that case now. I'm trying to help a friend find out if Yuichi Akechi is innocent. Innocent? You think someone else could have been the murderer? It's possible. Oh wow. Wouldn't it be awful for poor Yuichi if he really was innocent? I can't imagine what it would feel like to be in prison for 6 years for a crime I didn't commit. That's why we're trying to find out the truth. If you think of anything else, let me know. Okay, I will. So... I need to see here, so... I've talked to everyone related to the case, but it doesn't look like it's going to be easy to prove Yuichi Akechi's innocent. I should meet up with the kid at Cafe Alps. Well, he's here, right? So let's go back in quickly. Funny seeing you here. What's up?
I'm taking out one of my clients. You're nearby, so I thought I'd drop in and see you.
Take your client out, huh? Don't you mean you're going to one of those host clubs?
My client just happens to like host clubs. Really, it's just a coincidence.
Speaking of which, isn't your perfume a bit strong tonight?
Oh, really? I didn't think so, but... Oh, look at the time. Okay, I gotta go.
That Yuko. Who was that woman talking to Kinoshita? Kinoshita's wife, Yuko. Kinoshita's wife? How do you know about that? She actually used to work here. That's how I know her. She worked here. Really? Yes, but I don't think she's involved in the case. She'd already quit by the time of the murder. And she wasn't on the security tapes from the customer area, so that indicates she wasn't on the cafe that day. I see. It doesn't sound like Kinoshita's wife Yuko's involved in that case, but maybe I should look into her anyway. Well, there's that extra info I need. And what better host club to go to than Stardust? It's right on the other side, I should think. So... let me rush on over. Yep, here's one such host club, Stardust. Is it? That looks like Kinoshita's wife, Yuko. Kazuma, what brings you here? Yuya, what can you tell me about that woman over there? Oh, that woman? You mean Yuko? She's been a regular customer of ours for years. What do you want with her? She looks awfully rich for somebody so young. She manages a startup. Her company got popular, making progress targeting at young women, and it's been growing pretty fast over the last 4 or 5 years. Is that so?
Ooh, Yuya, who is that? I haven't seen him here before. Is he a new host?
Yuko, this is Kazuma. We owe a lot to this man here. And no, he's not a host.
Oh, I see. Well, that's unfortunate. This is my company, by the way. If you ever need anything, just give me a call.
Thanks.
Bye now. Tonight was fantastic.
We're looking forward to seeing you again. Oh, is that all? Really? Okay. Because I, was stuck at a minute or two over a random fight, I'm gonna let time carry over. I've collected all the information I can right now, so I should go back to see Detective Maida. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna risk it, so when I get to this point, I'm gonna cut the video right now. So the last inches of the case is about to be unfolded. So we're going deep into it in the next video. So take care, everyone, and remember, life's good.